Does anyone know how much water it takes to take a 15-minute shower? The answer might surprise you. And it certainly surprised me because it actually takes 90 to 120 gallons of water to take that 15-minute shower. Now, when I was a kid, my parents always told me, if you're going to take a long shower, take it while we're at a hotel. Now, later on in life, I learned why they said this, and this in fact had to do with the water bill that we paid every month or year. And fortunately enough, when my family and I traveled to a hotel, we didn't really have to worry about the water bill because the hotel was already paid for. So, I always enjoyed going to hotels because I got to use water more. But now, regardless of where I am, hotel, Airbnb, at home, I try and conserve water as much as I can. Now, through diligent research, I've compiled a mountain of information regarding why water conservation is crucial in daily life. Now, why should you care about water conservation? Why is it so significant? Well, water is a finite resource on this wonderful planet of ours, and we must conserve it in order to make our life on this planet sustainable. Therefore, water conservation is substantial to make our human life on this earth sustainable. Today, during my speech, I will discuss the amount of water California has available and how much we spend each year, many ways how to conserve our water throughout the year to minimize our usage, and lastly, what it would look like if we all implemented the various tips that I described throughout the speech. First, I'm going to discuss California's water availability and usage. The United States Geological Survey states that the entire Earth has around 1.5 billion cubic kilometers of water available for the humans to use. However, about 1.35 billion of those cubic kilometers of water is salt water. And I think we all know what that means. We can't use that amount of water for our daily uses, including washing our hands, taking showers, a lot of the things we use water for, because salt water just isn't sufficient for those tasks. Now, according to this then means that only 150 million cubic kilometers of that water throughout the entirety of the world is available for the entire world to use for their daily tasks that require water. Now, according to the California Department of Water Resources, California gains about 200 million acre feet of water annually. And this is a very sufficient amount, but regardless of how much we use, we need to conserve whatever we have. And this is very reasonable in California because I'm sure we all recognize that we've been in and out of droughts in California throughout the 1900s and 2000s. Now, some of the drought years include 1928 through 1934, 1987 through 1992, and 2012 through 2016, which a lot of us have lived through. So we've seen the drought and we know the changes it makes in our lives. During 2006, the California Department of Water Resources shared that the California residents in total had consumed 104 million acre feet of water per year. Now, this is somewhat concerning because although we gain about 200 million acre feet of water per year, not all of that water makes it into our reservoirs that we use for our water usage on a daily basis. Therefore, if we can, we should minimize our water usage to about 25% of the amount of water that we gain annually. Now, the California Department of Water explains that in 2015, in urban environments, which are cities, every person, not every person, but on average, a person used around 150 gallons of water per day. Now, per year, this means that every single person is using 55,000 gallons of water, which is absolutely insane and is a huge reason why we should try and minimize our water usage. And coincidentally, secondly, we're going to discover how we can minimize our water usage throughout the year. To begin, I want to talk about showering. According to Nebraska Drought Resources, it takes about 90 to 120 gallons of water to take a 15-minute shower on average. So, if we were to take shorter showers, we could definitely save a lot of water. Next, I'd like to discuss our dishwasher and laundry load usage. And if we are able to, say, use the laundry machine and dishwashers once a week rather than once a day, we can save a lot of water because every dishwasher uses about 4 to 10 gallons of water, and every laundry machine uses 14 to 20 gallons of water per load. So some may say that these changes won't make a difference in the amount of water that we use per year. However, by taking 5-minute showers rather than 10 to 15-minute showers, we can save about 60 to 30 gallons of water per day. And this comes out to about 25 to 50% of the daily usage of any urban citizen, which is a huge difference. Similarly, if we were to limit our usage of dishwashers and laundry machines to once a week rather than once per day, we will be spending 5 gallons on dishes and 15 on laundry per week rather than that per day, which will once again make a huge difference. Thirdly, I would like you all to visualize what it would look like if we were all to follow the conservation tips that I just mentioned. Now, your life really won't change that much. And the only times that it will change will be when you're showering, using a dishwasher, or using a laundry machine. Now, certainly you'll feel good about using less water. But also, you can feel good and feel the benefits from using less energy. Because each and every one of these uses, in terms of using a dishwasher, using a laundry machine, or even showering, uses electricity. So you'll be saving electricity and lowering your electricity bill as well. Now, if everyone implements the water-saving tips I shared today, we can reduce California's water consumption by 500,000 gallons of water annually. And that's just if everyone in this class does it. Now, if everyone in California, all 39 million residents do so, California will conserve around 780 billion gallons of water annually. Now, with this much water conserved, the reservoirs will certainly be less empty, more happy, and we won't need to rely on heavy rains each year in order to feel comfortable about the amount of water we'll have the following year. Lastly, I would like to revisit why all of this water consumption and conservation is significant. Today, I discussed California's water availability and usage, ways we can conserve our water and minimize our usage in California, and lastly, what it would look like if we all chose to conserve water in California. Now, it's all up to you and me to make a difference. We can choose to implement or share with others these tips to try and save water. Now, as you all know and I mentioned before, water is incredibly precious. It's one of the 2 things in life that we need to survive. So now what will you do? Choose to implement or share with others and then try and save as much water as we can, or continue to let California stay in drought and for our water usage to exceed the amount of water we gain every year. It is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Shorter showers, fewer loads of dishes, and fewer loads of laundry. Thank you all for listening.